Looking to create a life filled with connection, creativity, and a little bit of audacious charm? At withmagsy.com, we bring people together in all the best ways. Join the Supper Club, where food, laughter, and great company make every gathering unforgettable. Tune in to the local Wimby with Magsy podcast, celebrating the small businesses and bold dreamers that make up audacious islanders and shape Wimby Island. Transform your home with Spaces, a personalized interior styling service that reflects your style and brings your space to life. Ready to gather, be inspired, and make your space truly yours? Visit withmagsy.com today. Welcome to Local Wimby with Magsy, where we dive into the stories, the magic, and the people who make this island shine. Today, we're talking all things self-care, confidence, and glowing skin as we spotlight a little slice of heaven in Oak Harbor, Zen Esthetics. Zen Esthetics isn't just another beauty studio, it's a full-on sanctuary for your soul. At the heart of it all is the incredible Adrienne Hawkins. She's not just an esthetician, she's a glow-getter, a confidence creator, and the kind of person who makes you feel like your best self from the moment you walk through her door. Adrienne has built Zen Esthetics to be more than just a business. It's a space where you can press pause, focus on you, and leave feeling like you can take on the world. From luxurious facials to expert skincare advice, Adrienne brings her A game every time. But what really makes Zen Esthetics special is Adrienne herself. She's got that magic touch, combining serious skill with a vibe so warm and welcoming, you'll never want to leave. Today, we'll dive into Adrienne's journey, how she turned her passion for beauty and self-care into a thriving business, what keeps her inspired, and why Zen Aesthetic is the go-to spot for locals looking to shine. You don't want to miss her advice on the importance of the power of connection and collaboration and how it is vital to a community. Adrienne also has a fun side. Content Curtis is a frequent collab during certain holidays on her social media accounts. Grab a cup of tea, a latte, or your favorite glass of wine, and let's get into it. You're going to want to book an appointment by the time we're done. Trust me. Hey, Adrienne.
Hey.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Okay, full disclosure, listener, I'm a client of Adrienne's, of Zen Esthetics, and she never asked me to interview her, but I just knew that Adrienne had to be my first guest because I've known her since within a month of moving here during COVID, because you know a girl has to have her beauty bubble, and she was the first one in my beauty bubble, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so what did you think of that intro?
I thought it was great. We've been dating for almost 5 years now.
That's right. That's right. It kind of feels like that. Okay, so what brought you to the island?
My husband is in the U.S. Navy, and we moved here about 10 years ago.
Okay. Were you excited about it?
Yes.
You're from San Diego, right?
No, from the Central Valley.
Central Valley,
California.
okay.
Yeah, but we came from Southern California in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
So I was extremely excited to get out of the area that we lived in and to move to this beauty.
Okay. So one of the things that, and I'm going to phrase this a little differently because I just thought about this, but what is your origin story in the beauty business?
Oh, you want me to go way back?
Yeah. I mean, how'd you get here?
Well, I started doing fingernails in my bedroom, making money for my dances in my teens. My mom wouldn't give me money for that sort of thing.
Right.
And I said, well, I'll make my own money.
Right.
And I started doing my own nails, my friends' nails. So entrepreneurship came at a very young age for me. My dad would come home from work and be like, what is that smell? Oh my gosh.
Right.
I'd have my girlfriends in the room doing their fingernails. And then I started charging for them and making my own money.
Yeah, that is early entrepreneur. And so then you went into it full time after high school?
So right out of high school, I went to nail school, got my certificate license, and I jumped right in and was self-employed from there on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you were here on the island, and you were doing nails, and you had to squeeze me in. You really didn't have anybody, but I was like, I'm from Dallas, and I'm so used to getting my nails done, and they need to be good, and so you squeezed me in. So what began your transition out of the nail industry into aesthetics?
So I actually dabbled in it a little bit in California.
Oh, okay.
First. So when I transferred here, my license wouldn't transfer. So I had to recert for it. I had to do the program all over again. So it's like a little knife in my side still when I think about it, but it's done now and here we are.
Right.
I always knew that I wanted to transition to aesthetics. I knew my body wasn't going to allow me to keep doing fingernails. And I even dabbled in hair in California, and that was just too much for me. And I've always had a passion to help people feel their best selves, be comfortable in their own skin.
So you've always, up to before you opened this business, you worked in, would you rent space in different businesses, but you still worked for yourself?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I was always self-employed. I usually rented a space within a space, but I was always self-employed. Tried a couple things along the way as we moved around, always rebuilt my business. And like I said, I dabbled in a few places where I was an actual employee, and that just was not for me. I couldn't make my own hours. I couldn't have my own vibe. I couldn't do my own,
carry the products you wanted to carry.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and represent them in that way.
Never was for me.
So you're in year 2 or ending of year 2 in Zen Esthetics?
Going into year 3.
Year 3 now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about that, because to me, this is your sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
So tell the listener how you came up with Zen. Obviously that's a vibe, because you do like it to be very Zen in here, for sure.
Yes. So before this, I worked at a med spa, and that was the start of my aesthetics journey here on the island. And during the massage portion, I would always tell my clients, take a few deep breaths, work on breath work, and see if you can get to your Zen place. And that just kept coming back to me when I was naming this place. And I was like, that's it. I keep going back to that. That's it. It's Zen Esthetics.
Right. Well, one of the things I do like, especially about your social media accounts, is the fact that you do like to educate, but you also like to get rid or speak against misinformation.
Yeah.
And you were just doing that the other day with sunscreen.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
I really dislike influencers that aren't licensed. I'm not saying that you can't be educated,
licensed professionals,
and be an influencer, but you've got tons of followers, and they get on there and they can tell you to put a load of mud on your face and you're going to do it.
Right.
No, I don't like that.
I think I've told you the story before, that my esthetician in Dallas, if you wanted to get her dander up, so to speak, is the direct sales companies where they're reps, and there's nothing wrong with direct sales. Or calling themselves estheticians.
Yeah.
Which is something you have to have a license to call yourself that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I mean, we in this industry put in the hard work, and it is our job to educate ourselves so we can educate you, so you know the proper use of products, so you're not causing any damage.
Right. Okay. So how do you feel that your business reflects or supports the community?
I would say by prioritizing local, right? Which helps stimulate the local economy.
Right. That's good answer.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that's very true. And also your presence. I think that your presence on social media and the things that you talk about is also supporting the community. Even though a lot of people that probably aren't in this community, but what I've seen, not to speak for you during this interview, is your clients, when they post something. I just went and saw Adrienne, and what they liked about it. And the guy thing, you might want to think about or talk about some of the things you do for men that I think are great.
Yeah. I just think it's really important to put ourselves on a pedestal.
Right.
Self-care. And everybody deserves it.
The love of your life should be you.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Right. Right. Well, I'm just glad to see that when you have had some of the extracurricular things you have done, whether it was just all women here going through the products, or men, you have had a men day or man day or something like that.
Night. That was fun. Just kind of educating them on how they should wash their face, and not with bar soap.
Right. Not with zest.
Yeah.
Zest around.
Or shampoo. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Most
The
of the men,
all-in ones.
I would say 50% of the men that were here didn't have any kind of experience with any kind of spa service or treatment. And they were on cloud nine when they left. They were like, oh, this is what you guys do. It feels amazing. I feel good. It was so relaxing. So they had fun because at these events I would have a football game in the background or whatever. And it's usually with friends. But it is interesting when the gentlemen get in here and realize that it is important to take care of yourself.
Well, one of my husband's birthdays, I got him a massage, a back wax, and a facial. And he said, I said, which one did you like the best? He goes, well, I wanted the back wax. He said, but that facial, I could do that every month like you do.
Yeah.
He said that was the best thing.
I mean, if you can get your man on board and do it together, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, when's your facial? When's your facial? I think they would be down for that.
Well, yeah.
And then they learn how to take care of their skin.
Yeah. Yeah. Great idea. Okay. So what's a piece of advice you wish you had when you were starting out?
This is a good one. Prioritizing building a strong network. I'm a firm believer in collabs. Yeah. And I just feel like connection, growth, learning, support are invaluable. Right. On this journey, you have people.
And when you say support networks, you're talking about in your industry?
Yeah, in our industry. I mean, alongside other industries as well. But this industry, yes, like we should be able to support each other, lift each other up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everybody. 100%. Right. Like there is no one person that can take on all the people in any town. Right. No, that's right. We need each other.
Right. So how do you think that local culture influences you or what you offer as a service or what you offer as products? And one of the things that's good to think about that is like someone like me who came here from a large city where I have my pick of what I want to do, what I want to buy and things like that. So when you move to a smaller place, I was literally worried about it. And I didn't have anything to fear, but I didn't know that.
Living on the island, I have noticed a strong appreciation for natural and holistic approaches to the wellness and beauty industry. Although I'm half and half, I definitely play a part in both, but with that, offering clean, eco-friendly products that align with these values, I think are important.
Yeah, very much so. And what's in them?
Yes. Yeah. And knowing what is in the products, right? Like learning how these products help us and benefit our skin.
Yeah. Good. That's a good answer. Good answer. Transform your home with Pereira Island Construction, where owners Mike and Susanna Pereira bring over 30 years of experience to every project, specializing in custom decks, patio covers, garden sheds, and garages. They deliver quality craftsmanship and trustworthy service. Serving all of Whidbey Island in Western Washington, they ensure seamless communication and on-site organization from start to finish. No upfront payments, you pay only when the job is complete and you're satisfied. Contact Mike at 360-200-7887 for a free consultation and visit PereiraIslandConstruction.com to learn more. Pereira Island Construction, building trust with quality work. Do you have any surprises that you've learned about clients? I mean, when you go to school and you start in, you think, okay, you're the one that has the most knowledge and this and that, but have you learned anything from your clients or any surprises in that area?
Yeah. Surprises, I would say, especially with aesthetics, on how deeply personal their skincare journey can be. It can go really deep, way back. You were in high school and you had cystic acne and you were self-conscious about it, and just being able to help somebody get that stuff under control and make them feel confident.
Yeah, it's a game changer, I think.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you and I've talked about it. Listener doesn't have to know all the details, but this issue I have, underlying congenital issue I have with my face after surgeries and having red skin all the time. I remember when I went into a store
to try to find something to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found something that didn't look gross and cakey, I was in tears because now you couldn't see that because makeup was just melting away, and you could see the issues and the scars and bruises and all that kind of stuff. And so, it can be deeply personal. Yeah, in that respect. And I've had friends who in high school had bad acne, and just as adults for it to go away, but then finding something that actually really makes it go away.
Yeah. And too, I mean, when we age, we get older, the issues just change. Yeah, and they still
by the way, stop telling me every time I ask you to fix something that finally we have to accept that we're aging.
Yeah. Gravity. You ever heard of gravity? Oh, there are some things that we cannot fight, and Father Time is one of them. Right. We can make it a little bit better, though. A little bit smoother transition.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any funny business stories or?
Heck yeah, I do.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will touch on the social media bit just because when we work on something for like 2 hours at times, and we go and we post it and there's a typo or it is earth-shattering. It's like, oh my gosh, because some of the stuff you can't take off. You just have to delete it and start over. But mainly in the treatment room, one particular situation, new client, was talking over how she wanted her skincare journey to go, what she expected of the treatments, and we're going to line up her plan, and I'm doing the facial, and I was doing her cleanse, came in with a warm towel, smacked her right in the head, dropped it right on her face, and the new client, I was like, oh my God, are you okay? It's hot. It still wasn't like, it definitely, I was very embarrassed.
Right.
I could not catch my footing fast enough. Oh yeah, she jumped. Hands went up, hit the light. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I have another one too, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I do a lot of filming in here for the people that tell me, yes, it's okay. I get really excited. Right. So I set up my tripod and I moved my light because it sits on my light. It attaches to it. And it was a gentleman client. And I mean, I had his face covered in the hydrogelly mask, which is a very thick mask. It's very cooling. And I attached the phone to it and we go and move it. And I had an assistant here helping me. And I'll be darned if that light did not flicker the phone. It fell off and it fell on his face. If it wasn't for the thick hydrogelly, I probably would have hurt him. He was like, it's okay. And I was like, are you sure? Yeah. Did you sign the consent form? And I had to make light of it because it was awful. Yeah. It was awful. Yeah.
So listener, what you should know, you should follow Zen Esthetics or Adrienne. Because she does have the best social media accounts on the island as far as her creativity.
Thank you.
So what I'd like to know is how long has Mr. Skeleton been a client of yours?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Skeleton. Are you talking about Curtis?
Oh, he has a name.
He has a name. His name is Curtis. We like to do fun things in here. I have my daughter helping me a bit with Content. Curtis is his name because he helps us with content and everybody loved to see him. And I've actually had people send me messages saying I should find something else for the different months that are coming up, you know, until Content Curtis comes back. So
super cute. Super cute. So I appreciate all your hard work on your creative content. That's for sure. Okay. So this might be kind of a shallow, goofy question, but you know, you've seen on social media when a celebrity uses a product or a service and all of a sudden it blows up for that person that they've mentioned. Have you ever thought of a person that you thought, oh, I wish they would mention or be a client of mine?
Yeah. You know, and it's probably not anybody that you would even think.
Okay.
Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
She's a bad bee.
Yeah.
I love her vibe. Everything about her. If she is on a commercial and she puts something on her lips, I'm like, I want it. Look at her. Like, I want it. And it's just the vibe. It's everything.
Right. That was a good one.
I would definitely.
Glad you played on that one.
Yeah.
On some of the other interviews I'm doing, I've taken that out because it's like, I don't know.
I do.
It's just a fun question.
Yeah.
You know? You know, guys at Wimby Distillery, they knew.
Oh,
they knew who,
yeah?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so who or what, because it could be an instant in life, has been the most significant influence on your life and why?
If we're talking about career-wise, definitely my mentors in the past. I mean, I have had good ones. I've had bad ones. I've learned how I wanted to be. I've learned how I didn't want to be. And they've played a huge part in this, in Zen, in what I wanted it to be for you guys. This sanctuary here. And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, that's always good. I hadn't thought about that, but we can be highly influenced by the people who don't mentor us properly, or we see their mistakes. So yeah, that's a very good point. Okay, so let's talk about living on the island. What do you love most about living here?
There's a lot that I love about living here. It feels like home. You know, we've been here for 10 years now. Bought our house 6 years ago, and this is another reason why I opened Zen, because I have been on plenty of trips, and when I'm coming home, it feels like home.
Oh, good.
Gosh, the natural beauty around us, the coastal views, you know.
Well, and you're really big on self-care, and it's not just self-care like facials. It's also, you like to go out to the beach.
Yes. This island offers a slower pace. Right. It's a small town. It's a slower life. The hiking, the trails. And I like to go to places that do not have a lot of people. It's fine to go to the Deception Pass where everybody's at. But at the same time, I like to find these little gems that have
do you feel comfortable telling us a hidden gem, or you want to keep it secret?
Oh yeah, you know what? One of them, just because it's open, and is Rocky Point. Rocky Point. It is government property. I'm actually surprised on how many people do not know about it. But it is beautiful. You can sit in your car, and you're kind of on a bluff. Beautiful sunsets, if that's when you want to go. You can walk the beach. There are some sandy areas, so it's not as rocky as some of the beaches around here.
Yeah. Not having lived on a beach, I didn't realize how hard it was to walk on rocks when the tide goes out.
It's rough. You better bring shoes.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Do something.
So at Rocky Point, it's definitely one of those beaches you can take your shoes off. And it just it feels nice.
Nice. Okay, so talking about the community, I'm asking everyone this. How would you like to see the community evolve in the next 5 to 10 years?
I feel like that's a tough one for me, because it could go all over the place. And we could be here forever.
That's okay.
But I envision more local events. I know we have a lot of them here, but with COVID, I feel like a lot of the stuff died, and now it's starting to come back. And I just hope for artists to be able to come together a little bit more, and that's all artists.
And there's a lot of artists.
There's a lot of artists. And I'd like to be able to see those mom and pops thrive a little better, and it not be as hard for them to run their business. I mean, this is a small town, and there's a lot of people that don't want the big companies to come in here with the big stores, but it makes it really, really hard for the mom and pops when, I mean, I could go, I don't want to go all into it, but
we could all do a deep dive.
We could do a deep dive, but it's really, really hard for us to thrive and to be that small, close-knit, vibrant community that I feel like we all kind of want.
And I would love the Island County to have the moniker of a great place to do business and easy to do business. Is what I hear from everyone. It's extremely hard to start a business here. And I really want the island to strive, the county to strive for that, to get a better reputation about that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what's a lesson the community has taught you?
I'm going to go back to the power of connection and collaboration. We need each other.
Yeah.
Good. We need to uplift each other. We need to support each other. And with that, we all thrive.
That's right. That's a good ending to this interview. And great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Adrienne.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on another episode of Local Wimby with Magsy. Whether you're all about island life or just island bound in spirit, I hope you all are audacious islanders. Yes, that is a plug for my merch. Thanks for tuning in and celebrating the people, places, and magic that make Wimby Island so special. Don't forget to share the love, tell a friend, leave a review if you have something positive to say, and follow along for more stories from our audacious island. Until next time, keep it quirky, keep it local, and keep loving Wimby. Your skin deserves a sanctuary, and so do you. At Zen Esthetics in Oak Harbor, experienced esthetician Adrienne Hawkins goes beyond skincare. She nurtures your soul while rejuvenating your skin. Step into a space where stress melts away and self-care takes center stage. From customized facials to expert skincare solutions, every treatment is designed to bring out your natural glow. Because beauty isn't just skin deep, it's an experience. Book your appointment today and find your Zen. Visit Zen Esthetics on Instagram at Zen Esthetics Wimby or call 360-670-0445.